Hello and welcome back Barca family to Barcelona Insiders. This is your favorite place for everything Blaugrana, where we bring you the latest news, the big rumors, and the inside stories of our club in a way that's simple, exciting, and made just for you, the fans. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right now because the months ahead will bring transfer drama, emotional comebacks, and battles on every front. You don't want to miss a single detail of this incredible journey. Now, Culers, today's update is a mix of dream and concern. On one hand, there's a story that could define the future of Barcelona, the possibility of signing one of the most feared strikers in the world, Erling Haaland. Reports in England suggest Manchester City are willing to sell the Norwegian superstar in 2026, but only under a very specific condition, and Barcelona have already been made aware of the special price. On the other hand, we have worrying news about our midfield warrior Gavi, who is still dealing with a knee injury that has kept him sidelined since the Rayo Vallecano game. His treatment is still undecided, and surgery could mean an even longer absence. Two very different stories, one filled with hope and the other with concern, but both show the challenges and opportunities facing our beloved club right now. Let's start with the dream, Erling Haaland. For years, fans have wondered, could Barcelona ever sign a striker who guarantees 40, 50, even 60 goals a season? A player who is a pure force of nature, a predator in the box, and a nightmare for defenders. Haaland is exactly that. At Manchester City, he has already broken records, lifting trophies and proving that he is one of the most dangerous forwards the game has ever seen. But according to recent reports, City's stance is clear. If Haaland ever decides that he wants to leave, they will not stand in his way. And if he chooses Barcelona, the English club are prepared to set a special price for the deal in 2026. Now, this doesn't mean the move is guaranteed. Haaland is under contract, and City will want to protect their interests. But the fact that there is even a path, a door slightly open for Barcelona, is massive. For Hansi Flick, who has been shaping this team into a high-intensity attacking unit, a player like Haaland would be a dream signing. Imagine a front line with Haaland finishing chances created by Yamal, Pedri, and maybe even Rashford. Imagine Camp Nou roaring as Haaland scores goal after goal in the Champions League. It's the kind of transfer that doesn't just improve a team, it transforms the entire club. Of course, there are challenges. Haaland's wages would be enormous, and Barcelona's financial situation has to improve further to make such a deal possible. The competition will be fierce too, as other giants like Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, or Paris Saint-Germain would also dream of signing him. But the connection between Haaland and Barcelona has always been there, with his camp reportedly open to the idea of him one day wearing the Blaugrana shirt. If the player himself pushes for the move, City have signaled they will cooperate as long as their condition, the right transfer fee, is met. For fans, this is a dream worth holding on to because sometimes in football, dreams do come true. While the Haaland news excites us about the future, the situation with Gavi reminds us how fragile and difficult the present can be. Almost 3 weeks ago, before the game against Rayo Vallecano, Gavi suffered discomfort in his knee. At first, everyone thought it was a minor issue, nothing to worry about. The expectation was that he would rest a little and come back quickly. But as time went on, the situation became more serious. Further tests showed that the injury was connected to the same knee that he had surgery on back in 2023. That history makes everything more complicated. Barcelona's medical staff have been monitoring Gavi closely, and next week a decision will be made about his treatment. There are two options. The first is a conservative approach, focusing on rehabilitation and recovery without surgery. That would likely mean a shorter timeout, but it carries the risk that the injury could flare up again. The second option is surgery, which could give him a more secure recovery but would rule him out for around 5 more weeks. It's a difficult decision because no one wants to rush Gavi back and risk a bigger setback, but at the same time the team misses his energy, his intensity, and his fight in midfield. For Hansi Flick, this is a major headache. Gavi is not just another midfielder. He is the spirit of the team. His pressing, his tackles, his hunger to win every ball, he brings something unique to Barcelona's style. Without him, Flick has to rely more on Pedri, Gundogan, and Frenkie de Jong, which is still an incredible midfield, but Gavi's absence leaves a hole that is hard to fill. Fans know it too. When Gavi is on the pitch, Barcelona play with a different kind of fire. That's why his recovery is so important, and why the medical decision next week will be one of the most important of the season. The contrast between these two stories is striking. On one side, we dream of a future with Erling Haaland banging in goals at Camp Nou, leading Barcelona back to glory in Spain and Europe. On the other, we worry about the present, hoping that Gavi can recover fully and return to being the warrior that this team needs right now. Together they show what it means to follow Barcelona. A mix of ambition and struggle, of hope and challenge, of dreaming big while dealing with reality. For fans, it's a reminder that the journey is never simple. There are highs and lows, victories and setbacks, moments of celebration and moments of concern. But through it all, the love for this club never fades. That's what makes nights at Camp Nou so special. That's what makes seeing players like Yamal, Pedri, and hopefully one day Haaland so exciting. And that's why we can't wait for Gavi to step back onto the pitch and fight for the badge once again. So Barca fans, let's keep dreaming and let's keep supporting. Dream about Haaland because football is built on dreams. And support Gavi because he represents the heart and soul of this club. Whatever happens next week, whether it's surgery or not, the most important thing is that Gavi comes back stronger and ready to shine again. And who knows? By 2026, we could be watching him link up with Haaland at Camp Nou, a warrior in midfield feeding the most lethal striker in the world. Now that would be a sight to remember. That's all for today's update from Barcelona Insiders. Thank you for joining us, Culers, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a single story. From transfer dreams to injury updates, from the biggest rumors to the smallest details, we'll bring it all to you, every step of the way. Barcelona is about passion, resilience, and ambition, and together we'll live every moment of this incredible journey.